All right, welcome in everybody to the Grindhouse Scrim. It is the Scrims, right? I believe it's the Scrims. Old man moment. It's once you hit over 30, brain doesn't start working, and it's a sad moment. But at any rate, we're joined here today with a little bit of Oni gameplay from Phaser Bot and Survivor gameplay from 90. Elfo is kind of what that looks like. I don't know. Elfo, Ujiro, and Gam No Mercy. You know what? We're just gonna call him Elfo because I'm not pronouncing that name. Whoever the ace is, you are at this point in time officially Elfo. Congratulations. Your name was just a little bit too much of a struggle bus for me to pronounce. But we are on, of course, the ever so popular Coal Tower Map 1 with the Oni getting a hit early on in the match, man. That's a rough time. That's like giving I got to be careful about my comparisons here cuz at any rate, that's it's not a good situation to be in to just give the Oni it so early. Like, of course, you generally, that's not your goal, right? Like, you're not going into this game laughing, going, ha ha ha, I'm gonna throw this match and give this Oni a hit early. I'm sure that survivor didn't wake up in the morning thinking that was, how his day was gonna start, but it happens, and now it's gonna be a tough time to shut this Oni's power down. Now, Phaserbot, I haven't really seen his Oni a lot, but a really good Oni is going to be very, very effective at maintaining that power throughout the entirety of the match. But very effective survivors, such as like Eternal, has shown that it is possible to shut the Oni's power down, leaving no blood pools on the map and forcing him to start all over again from having to M1 someone with no power in view. And these survivors seem to be doing that. Now, the major downside is they still have one survivor leaking fluid all over the place on the map, which, give and take, right? Like, you let them run around and let their fluids and gunk and all that weird stuff fall out of them, and eventually that Phaserbot Oni just gonna go nom 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 and gobble up all of that blood. God help any survivors in the area, because that is definitely not going to be a good time for anybody when he gets his power back. Well, we'll see how this works out. We'll see how this Oni plays. Oni's definitely one of those killers that you have to be good. You have to learn how to maintain and how to use your time, right? Like, it's a very big time management game with Oni, knowing, hey, I need to down this person so fast within the start of my power, and then I need to go out and collect whatever blood is flowing around. Now, a very popular tactic at the beginning is, of course, to let a survivor hit a survivor once, let them run free, roam around the place, bleeding, leaking everywhere, and then go out and down someone else. But the major downside to that is you're using up that time to hit that person instead of downing them and hooking them. You're then going after somebody else, which is what this Oni looked like he was doing. But it looks like we have Oni with power as he tries to zone this survivor. Survivor, of course, was trying to hide, but Gam No Mercy was like, it's like that cartoon kind of hiding behind a tree. Like, you wonder if they know that you can see them behind the tree. In this case, a wall. Like, the backside of her was just barely sticking out, but just enough that that's all that was needed. Definitely a tough time, guys. I definitely heart goes out to you, because I've been in those situations more than once where I thought I was stealthing like a pro, but really my ass was hanging out from the side of the rock. And then the killer's like, I wonder if he knows that I can see him hanging out from the side of the rock. I wonder. But we got Phaserbot now pressuring gens, trying to get another person on hook, trying to add some pressure to these survivors. Survivors are holding. These survivors are, sorry about that, everybody. My cat was walking all over my work laptop. But Phaserbot is now trying to take away some of the pressure away from these survivors. Survivors are holding very strong pressure against these guys. But against this killer. But Phaserbot is going to do the best he can to, of course, take control of the situation. And we'll see where it goes from here. But Phaserbot is collecting blood. A lot of time for 4 survivors to be roaming around doing God knows what with those idle hands. You know what they say, everybody. Idle hands are the objects of the devil. Can't let those survivors have idle hands. And for those of you who are old enough and remember the movie Idle Hands, props to you. Brownie points, or at this point, we'll call them taco points, or what, Scrimhouse points. But we have Phaserbot now kind of searching around, looking for another survivor. The survivor's popping a gen over on the opposite side of the map, letting the killer, of course, know that he at least has 1 to 2 survivors over in that direction. Cuts off a survivor en route. Now, big question is did he mean to get caught? What was the plan there? He could have anything from powers to deli to something, God knows what. We'll find out. He gets hooked. Big part of this playing Oni is, of course, positioning your hook, and this killer knows that. Phaserbot is a pro and hooks him where he wants him to be hooked. And Phaserbot now moving over to the opposite side of the map, gathering up blood. And there's the power. Question is there someone going for save? Obviously there is. This killer knows that, and now it is time for some Oni smash and dash. But he's thwarted by the environment, and I've had that happen to me more than once on multiple occasions. So definitely well played by survivor there, jumping into a locker, hiding away, squirreling himself away in his hidey hole in the locker. One could say that this Nia came out of the closet from the locker. Just saying. Just saying. People come out of the closet all the time as survivor mains. Throwing it out there. Nobody wants to be labeled as a survivor main. I'm sorry, guys. But we have Phaserbot now popping his power. He is, looks like he's gonna get this hit. He does get the hit on Yujiro. The only survivor I don't think we've seen almost at all this game is Elfo. Elfo's been pretty, like, well hidden. He's been like a fart in the wind, man. Like, you know he's somewhere walking by. He crop dusted the area, but you just can't find him. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just blind. You know, you never know. But Phaserbot looks to see he has, looks like Nia out in the distance, but instead of going for the Nia, because Nia will make Killer Shack, goes for, oh, nope, he goes back. I'm kind of curious as to where, oh no, Nia decided to go back to the gen after the power pop. That is definitely the huevos on that survivor, man. I don't know. Oh, an Oni in power just puts the fear of God in me, where I'm like, you know what? It's not worth me hanging out at a gen. I'm gonna go hang out where I at least have a window. But I mean, keep in mind, I still go down like nobody's business. I mean, that's why they call it getting taco teched. but still, that's definitely a tough goal. Tough goal. She Nia went for it and thought maybe, you know, Oni wasn't going to come back and was going to try to get another generator done, but didn't end up working in her favor that time. Any other time may have very well worked out for them, but today, at this point, at this time, it did not. And here we are. Phasebot is now searching around, lurking out in the distance as he is wandering through the field, searching there. He sees the ace, but look, maybe he just doesn't like Elfo. I don't know what Elfo did to this Oni, but he just refuses to chase him. Look, I don't blame you, man. Ace is just one of those survivors. Like, he can go, you know, do dirty things to himself out in the corner in the cornfield. Like, I don't like Ace either, buddy, so I'm with you there. Question is how much time will this Oni spend on Killer Shack? Big part of this is using. I'm sorry, I opened up the stream and I saw Shelby's comment that she's a survivor main and offended. Oh my god, I love and adore her so much. But we have Phaserbot now. And I do mean survivor main in the most insulting way possible. I'm just throwing it out there for everybody. But Phaserbot is now searching around, looking over for another survivor, moving over towards main tile, going down through middle, over towards main building. Phaserbot does not find anybody. Oh, nope, he does. He finds somebody off in the distance. And who do we have? I thought those were the little pitter-patters of Yujiro, but it could have very well been Dwight. I don't know. What we know for sure is it was not Elfo. There he is. It's Yujiro. And down he goes. I gotta close chat because Shelby's gonna make me laugh this whole time. Phaserbot now searching around looking for another survivor, finding the Dwight. Dwight, I mean, honestly, wearing that hoodie, bro, you're pretty easy to find. Not gonna even lie, like, you might as well, like, the only thing that would have made it easier to find the Dwight would have been Jingle Dwight. Like, yeah, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Oh, there's Elfo running over towards the corner, looking to get as much distance away from his buddy as he can, but he does go down by the scratch of his back with that sword, but gives him enough time for the survivors to pressure that gen, popping the gen, making it easier to get a tie with a 4K at 1 generator versus 4K 2. So we'll have to find out how that plays out for the survivors when they swap sides. But first, we got some Dwight hunting to do. And Phaser kicks the gen, pops power. He's going to dash around searching for this one survivor. Question is does he pick up Elfo? There he is. He's trying to be a sneaky little Dwight, but yeah, that's kind of a hard sweater to miss. But I mean, there's a lot of green around, so like maybe it works out for him. Look, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just a taco. What do I know? There's a grab. Of course, we know where Shack's gonna be where Hatch is gonna be spawning. So definitely gonna make that a little bit easier to secure the win. Oh, there he goes. Collects what he needs. And my dog wants to make sure everybody knows he said hello. He wants everybody to know that he's a good boy. Well, we got FazeBot now, still searching for the. Look, maybe I was wrong. Maybe that sweater is a lot harder to see because this killer has yet to see him. So this Dwight's just. I can't, man. And we have a little bit longer for this survivor to hold out. And he should be going to the great campfire in the sky here very shortly. We're waiting. We're all waiting. There it is. You know what? And he gets the hatch. There we go. And thus the hunt for the for Lizard Dwight starts. And he vaults the window. We got ourselves a good old Oni 1v1. Down he goes as he takes the corner. That is a good Oni 180. And he picks. There we go, everybody. We got a 4K at 1 generator. Wonderful to see. Let's see how these survivors, how this killer does as the team swap sides. Stay tuned, everybody. As I should have been paying more closely attention when they mentioned the team names, but look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't, and I don't know the team names. Let me. But I assure you, there will be a team playing killer and a team playing survivor. That we know for sure. Stay with us. I'm your host, El Stocko Truck, and as a treat for those coming back, I'll tell you an amazing joke. So, stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Grindhouse Scrims. Had to stop myself because I almost said 2 different tournament names at the same time. But, as I am made aware, the teams currently playing are DemonHeadz versus Tamaria, with Tamaria on killer as what appears on Oni. We have Elfo on Oni. On Cold Tower Map 1 versus DemonHeadz Survivors versus Jason Super Saiyan, obviously. That's what the SSJ means. Fednet. I love me some Fednet. Wilco and Red. Look, I love some Fednet, so I'm all about this team. Whoever the team is with Fednet on it, I'm all about it. I love Fednet and FDS. Luis, those guys are great. But, with that being said, oh man, mouse looks like... Bear with me here, guys. I apologize. My mouse is giving me some problems. All right. Looks like we have Cold Tower. It looks like that gen at the top, the classic 3 gen on main building side is still in play. We're gonna have to see how that's gonna work out for these survivors. These survivors are very skilled. At least one of them is SA, from what I'm aware of. Those compies are no joke. Let me tell you what. Playing with SA teams, like, bumps you up a notch in skill level, I'll tell you. But we have Elfo currently searching around as he meanders aimlessly looking for a victim, someone to kill. And there's some Penomeno in play. Kind of surprised to see that. Because Penomeno's, whew, that is a super strong perk. But it looks like we have Elfo searching around for these survivors. While he's looking and we're waiting, I'll share my joke with you guys because you were... Oh, no, wait, too late. There's the down. Wilco. Going down. Oh, there they don't get the angle on the flashlight save. Oh, no. Definitely has to be a hard time. And Elfo going for the pallet break at the long wall outside of main building now. Popping power. Power popping. As he now goes down main building. And goes for a swing, but just narrowly misses the ace. Ace Fednet being enough to juke. But Wilco, yeah, that's a hell of a hit, man. Yes, he not only downed Wilco, he not only downed Fednet, he also hit Wilco while they're in their BT stage. Oh, man. Something ended up breaking some far off distance. Looks like he's trying to bait this survivor. Who do we got here? Red is not taking that bait. She is like, I will wait. Perfectly timing it to get that window vault. Very strong, very well played by Red. Is that the same Red kitchen wench? Like, is that my little buddy? I haven't heard of for him a long time. Like, I could be wrong. Like, maybe that's a different Red. I don't know. But that was a well-played window vault. Those are always hard to get because if you don't get the timing just right, you still get hit. Oh! Jason caught it in the face. Like, he turned and just took it all in the face. Like, that had to hurt. That Oni just clobbered. All right, guys. While we're waiting here, I'm gonna share my joke with you, and you're gonna love this one. Why did the man fall down the well? Because he didn't see that well. God. That's a great way to break the tension there. Didn't see that well. It looks like we do got Red, though. Finally, going back on the hook behind main building. Elfo now going over to the one, lighting a Penomeno is definitely going to slow gens down very effectively. So now I'm curious how that perk works now, because I wasn't around for when they did the buff on it. If someone breaks a Penomeno, he can't relight that, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I know these are things that we're all supposed to know, but I mean, I've been gone for a while, and all I know is Penomeno's supposed to be extremely strong, and it is. But I don't know if you can like relight them now. If that may be changed. I don't know. But it looks like these survivors are having a little bit of a tough time. They're starting to pull some pressure away from this killer. Slowly but surely. And there's the tap on the survivor. And this Oni rolling around. Looks like he has FedNet in view. Chasing him. Chasing him like I chase after cake. Up, up, up. Nope. Nope, doesn't get him through the secret window, but it looks like he does eventually get FedNet over on the other side of that wall. But he does sacrifice 2 gens for that to get done. We'll see how this works out for the killer. Okay. We'll see how that works out for the killer, because now it is a 3v1 at 1 generator. We'll see if these survivors can get the last generator done. It's kind of interesting how things can completely flip over off the rails out of nowhere. And I'm being made aware through our live chat that is definitely a different red. As much as I adore the kitchen wench, I was like, man, that seemed really well timed. Not to say he couldn't do it, but I'm just throwing it out there. I was like, man, that takes practice. Like lots of practice. That colored me impressed. It's always fun doing stuff that you see other people do, and you know, they make it look easy, but it's not always that easy. Like that window vault, to time it out, like I think he had balanced landing also, but even with balanced landing, like if you don't work it just right, you could still fuck up. And no way he found Wilco. Jason getting red off the hook. Jason. I'm assuming they're healing up, or look, if it were me, I'd be trying to get out, but apparently that is not the route they're going. Because I think they just have to get the 2-man. But down, red goes. Red did try to open that gate. You know, would have been interesting had they brought it. Would have been Blood Warden. Because no one in comp ever predicts Blood Warden anymore. Like if you ever watch compies play, they just open the gates and they don't wait. They don't worry about Blood Warden because no compy is weird enough to bring Blood Warden. Like I've only known one guy to bring it, and he doesn't play. I don't think he plays comp anymore. But it's always the funniest thing when you catch a bunch of like high-end compies at the end of exit gate because of Blood Warden. I don't know. Look, maybe that's just me. But if you know you're gonna lose, like you know that it's a tough uphill battle, have fun with it, right? Like bring some dumb perks. Bring things that you normally wouldn't bring, right? Like just see how it works. Oh man. Already got buddies of mine logging into Space Marines too, man. Game of the year. Can't wait. play that. But everybody, I appreciate everybody being here, hanging out with us. All of you hanging out in chat, from Flaming Nugget to FMT. I'm just gonna call you Banana Man, bro, because there's a lot of letters run together, and I'm dyslexic. Pix, Shelby, we appreciate all you guys hanging out with us here tonight at the Grindhouse. But with that being said, I believe there's another set. Looks like it's going to be a Plague. So stay tuned while we swap sides. And I'll have maybe another joke for you. Maybe a little bit of taco ASMR. I just whisper like a cool jazz guy. I don't know. But we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Grindhouse Scrim. As we get started, a little bit of Vommy Mommy. With Vommy Mommy, with Plague. We have Tamaria, Team Tamaria, with Elfo on Killer. Versus Survivors Wee Jason, Fednet, Wilco, Red. From Team DemonHeadz on what looks like, what is that, Wrecker's Yard? Yeah, that's Wrecker's Yard. At least I'm like 99% sure. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just a taco. But welcome in, everybody, as we get started with a wonderful match of some... Hey, look, I just ate, so it's kind of... Watching this is just... just a little getting to me, right? Like I had to scarf down the French fries, because you know how French fries are, right? Like you're eating them, if you don't eat them soon enough, they get cold and soft and limp, and nobody likes cold, soft, limp French fries, right? Like you like them crunchy and hard and hot. And yes, I am still talking about French fries, and if you thought otherwise, you're a bunch of perverts, but French fries, hot, warm, and crunchy are my favorites. But anyways, back to some DBD as we get Elfo currently searching around, looking to vomit on Wee Jason. Doesn't find Wee Jason, but he does find a Fednet. Fednet is now in trouble as he moves towards the window, gets hit through the window, falls by the wall, till the vomit drops down his slacks. He gets flashlight saved twice. Man, that's just insulting. You get burned twice. But I promise Night Court a dad joke as a thank you for stopping in. You know, we appreciate, we love and adore you for coming in to hang out here at the Grindhouse Scrims. Welcome in. But the dad joke is, what's the best time to go to the dentist? Tooth hurty. So that was even bad for me. I'm sorry, everybody. You deserve better. Oh my God. There you go, Nightcore. We appreciate you dropping in. Thank you so much. But we have Elfo now searching over for another survivor. Survivor is looping around the filler tile. If it were just, maybe it's just me because I'm just taco. I'd have dropped the hell out of that pallet. And I'd have been like, yeah, we're going to hang out here for a bit. And corrupted vomit. Definitely a very tough time to play against. And Elfo still searching around for another survivor as we look. It looks like he found Wee Jason. Wee Jason now running. Oh, the power of the Wee one, too strong as he drops the pallet and hits the Vommy Mommy, telling him, no, My Wii power is too much. It just continues on into the distance. And it looks like we have Elfo currently running around, gets the hit on Wilco. At least I'm pretty sure that's Wilco. Like, I can't really see anything out of this Discord screen, so I could be wrong. Like, it might be like Wukong, like something. I don't know. But I'm assuming it's Wilco at this point. No one's corrected me. So, I think we're good so far. But we got Elfo still searching around pretty freely, looking around, wandering. We have quite a bit of hook stages so far at 3 generators. It's still an even game between the two. Both of these, Survivors and Killer, are pulling at pressure on this map. So it's going to come down to who is going to capitalize on the first mistake. Is it going to be Survivors or is it going to be Killer? I'm also just noticing that this killer brought Ruin, which famously a lot of teams will ignore and not break. I've seen this play very horribly for a lot of teams, but I've also seen it work out really well when they ignore it. So, I mean, it works out both ways. But it's definitely a tough call right now. We have Elfo currently searching around, looking. He is holding this to second hook stage. Does get that confirmed. Not much you can do with that power in play right now. And they might just camp that out to the next hook. If it were me, I would just look at getting all the generators done I could humanly get done before that survivor dies. There it is. Yeah, there they go. Do they have a decisive strike? Oh, we'll see. They don't. Oh, that is not a good situation to be in. There's the first kill. 2 generators remaining. And we have Wee Jason juicing in where open. Jason's named OJ Simpson because he just juiced this, juiced the killer with nothing in the area. Just juked left, took a hard right, dodge roll. I haven't seen movements like that since I haven't seen people move. I haven't seen a survivor move like that, dodging bullets, since the Matrix. It blew my mind to watch Wee Jason just dodging out of nowhere, man. You know that's gotta be that's a great time, knowing that he could waste a few seconds of time for this killer, for gens to get done, pressure to be added. But looks like that could be it if they if FedNet doesn't get the save on red. But it looks like he was getting Wee Jason. So this killer now goes back to Killer Shack, knowing that that's probably where FedNet went. And all it's going to take is the one. There it is. Look, if I were a guessing man, that's that looks like a Deli play to me. But part of being a good team is knowing if Deli's banned on this killer or not, and I'm not 100% sure if it is or isn't, so find out. And pallet breaking. FedNet hole, not FedNet, excuse me, Elfo Moving down. Looking to get the out on FedNet. Or no, excuse me, Elfo. Getting my survivors mixed up, man. Survivor mains, they all just look the same to me. They are all just meat hooks waiting to happen. And the killer looks like he's spotted. Who is it? It's Red. Red holding this loop very strong. Will Red make it to the filler? They make it. They don't drop it early. Playing out really well for them at that point, but unfortunately, this killer was able to get around and get them before they could drop it on the opposite side, which I'm sure they were planning to. Just didn't quite work out in their favor. And there's the hook on Red. Question is will DemonHeadz get the generator done? They have 2 left. 1 survivor dead. There's the hit and a down. Jason down and out. FedNet again. The last survivor around gets the 1 hit away. Doesn't stop. What a madman. No shot. He almost went down for nothing, but he got that gen. Oh, man. I love doing that to killers, too, like popping it right in their face when you know they get, like, they just hate to see it. There's the break. And there goes FedNet. Oh, that's some BMing. Oh, man. That breaking the rules. He tried to vomit on FedNet and the sky. Calling. Throwing a yellow flag. Throwing penalty. That being said, everybody, we're going to be right back. We're going to swap sides. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all the staff that are here making this happen for you guys to be able to sit here hanging out. Make sure you thank Kenzie for reffing, Alexi for streaming, hanging out. We appreciate all of you guys for your hard work. Not enough people stop to thank the people working in the background, reffing, setting up, balancing, all that kind of good stuff. And we definitely appreciate them being able to make this all happen. So stay tuned. If you enjoy the content, show your support, drop a subscription for the channel. We appreciate you. And we're going to be right back. But not too soon, because I want to try to get a bite of my burger. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Grindhouse Scrims. I'm your caster for the day, Hell's Taco Truck, otherwise known as Taco. We are joined today by the killer himself from DemonHeadz, Jason SSJ, with the survivors from Tamaria, Yujiro, Game No Mercy, Elfo, and we're just calling him 90 because I think that's center, but I don't know. At any rate, currently on Wrecker's Yard, good old Wrecker's Yard, with I think he was trying to dodge that. Looked like he was going for the dodge, but Jason wasn't having it. Lowered his throw up and just sprayed and prayed. Now this killer gives me some flashbacks, man. It just reminds me of my first kiss. It just always irks me, man. Always gives me PTSD. But we have Jason now getting the hit and the down over in an active, what looked like, I think it was an active 3-gen. But if Jason can get the survivor in basement, that might be bad news bears for these survivors. And looks like Jason goes for the hill. But while we're waiting for this game to pick up a little bit of speed, I think, you know what? I'm not going to tell you this joke. It's about a pizza. It's just a little cheesy. I have too much fun here. But Jason downing what looked like Game No Mercy. Man, you turn your back for 5 seconds and those survivors are already down getting the save. Definitely, we'll see how this works out for Jason. Because protecting that center gen is usually the game plan for most of these games. Protect the center gen, get someone in basement, rinse, repeat. Usually. That's why usually, most survivors avoid going down too close to Killer Shack. But Jason now going after, look like Yujiro getting hit through the locker. Unfortunate, but does buy a precious few seconds. And there's the blood being collected. Jason now wandering off into the distance. Over the hills, through the woods they go. Gen being popped. To Grandma's house we go. Jason now throwing blood over the hill. And he finds this. A death at 3 generators is definitely a tough time. I'm not 100% sure. I look, my old man mind is like kicking in. I can't remember what the win condition is, but I'm sure the win condition is something. It is, I'm positive about that, at least, guys. One of the staff here tells me in live chat. I'll be sure to update you guys what the win condition is. But until then, we do have Jason. But I don't know if maybe Jason got stuck. I don't know what's going on there, but there was a lot of vaulting. And Jason getting the down on 90 in the middle of the heel. This could be the end of the match. Jason now going over towards Yujiro now moving around the main pound, drops it over on the jungle gen. Jason now cutting off Yujiro might make this. That's 2 survive. That's everyone down. That is it. That's the end. 3 generators. Oh, hurt my soul. Jason just like a bat out of hell came through like a demon, just took them all out. Jason taking out these survivors faster than I take down tacos, man. That's something. With that being said, I'm 99% sure the win goes to DemonHeadz. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it goes to DemonHeadz. 4K3 is a little difficult to break or to beat. But that being said, everybody, we're waiting for this all to wrap up. There it is. We love to see it. We love to see it. Now, I'm waiting for the confirmation just to be 100% sure. So, win condition was 4K2. Jason obviously got that. That's the last game till 8 p.m. Eastern. No tiebreaker. With that being said, everybody, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for coming out and hanging out. I want to say thank you to our amazing ref, Kenzie. She was great. She was laughing. Had lots of fun. Refs are always like to take a moment and say thank you to those guys, because doing that is not an easy job all the time. Teams can sometimes are kind of like a coin toss how they're going to act. So refs are always, frontline, backline defense that take care of all that while, the staff handle everything else. So thank you again to Kenzie, and then of course Alexi. If you guys enjoyed the content that you watch, if you enjoy coming out, hanging out with us here at the Grindhouse Scrims, make sure you drop a subscription, show your support. That being said, thank you again. I'm Hell's Taco Trip. Deuces cabooses.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 13 of Grindhouse Scrim Night. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Grindhouse Scrim Nights. This is week 14, and we are seeing Clown on Grim Pantry, played by Porcelain's killer Smokey, after some technical delays. And we see Clown get an early force chase here, which is amazing for a low tier killer like this. You really want to see that early game pressure come in. And this corrupt intervention is really gonna I think help keep this force chase from dragging on and costing a bit more than Smokey wishes. But yeah, I do apologize for the technical delays and stuff we've had, but I think now they are walking. And we see a really good play here by Trees, dying as close to a corner as they can get here pretty early on. This main building can be a bit hard to find your way out of at times, but Smokey does manage to do it fairly decently well, and gets a hook near the edge of the map, near main. But we see one gen already pop for this, and as we can see, Smokey here seems to be playing for that Noed play at 2, I believe. Having brought Noed and quite a few other perks that I think are going to pair well with it. But I think Smokey here is just trying to defend this early hook as much as he can, get as many hook stages as possible as this game goes on, as he decides to go and patrol these gens. We do see him sort of hesitating to really go too far from his hook, even as he kind of throws bottles and stuff. And we do see that gen near Shack pop, as we see him, like I said, just kind of defending that main building as close as he can, trying to catch people rotating in for the save or rotating in for those main building gens. And we do see the stun and the vault by Sable here. And I think this may be a down on Sable if Smoking can play this right. But he doesn't commit to the chase, instead deciding to go back to that hook and just defend it to the best of his ability. And this does seem to be a trade here, as Smokey downs and then tries to go for the second down onto Cheese here. He does hit the successful bottle, and he waits it out, and that's 2 downs right in close proximity to each other. Smokey here has 2 really easily defendable hooks here, especially with Clown's power, allowing him to almost sort of keep a tab on survivors and slowdowns, and he doesn't. And we do see that Cheese, I believe, is picked back up, as Smokey then goes back to patrolling gens and such. And he does find Kate. And I do believe he hits his bottle, and is still going to try and get this Kate and get all 3 survivors injured, which is going to be some really good pressure for Smokey here, as we do see the unhook onto Cheese here. We do know that both survivors there are injured, and we could possibly see multiple downs like we did earlier. Yeah, and we do... Oh, we see an excellent head-on play by... I can't catch who that was, but... I do believe... Yeah, Smokey is committing to this chase here onto trees here. I believe that they are... I believe... No, they are only second hook here. I thought maybe for a second they were death hook, but no, they are only on second. So, yeah, we see another gen pop for this chase though. And oh no, they were death hook. I was sorely mistaken. Yes, but for that death, we see 2 gens pop, and we see Smokey in a really rough position here with only 1 survivor that does actually have hook stage on them. Oh, they all are injured, and Clown can maybe catch one of them out of rotation. Oh, and we see a reset happening. And then we see Cheese cut out at edge map with nothing to play around as we see Smokey get this down. And probably this pick too. Smokey here really can kind of knows that the survivors probably weren't walking gens while they were healing. So he can probably feel a bit more confident about camping this out and getting expected sort of average win con against Clown, which I believe is 2k6-ish. If he does camp this out. But he does, I believe, decide to go and try and catch one of these other survivors and get another fresh hook. As we do see another survivor leaving the gen. And we see, I believe it was Sable going for the pick and managing to get it. And we do see the tag onto Kate here as Kate takes this bot side, and I'm assuming trying to get out of this sort of side building of sorts. Or actually, instead... Yes, instead sticking it, trying to I'm assuming trying to just die as far away from that hook and probably the gen that's being walked on. And we do see the attempted mind game by Smokey, but we do see a miss here, and we do see a whiff from Smokey too there that allows Kate to gain distance and just continue looping this. There is a lot of gen pressure being missed here, and we see the whiff. I think the pressure is getting to Smokey as this game gets closer. Yeah, and we see that last gen pop, but we also see Noir prop too, as we do see the down onto Abby. But at this point, I almost have to wonder if it will be possible for them to get another down onto another survivor at this point in the game. Especially now that I believe they do know Noed, as Noed procced right before they got the hit. And we see them walking that exit gate right by the hook. We may see another down here, depending on how Smokey and Tarot plays this. Yeah, and we're seeing Smokey just hardcore camping this. They do not want to risk losing this kill. Especially when I believe this is a fresh hook. And we see a bit of accidental BMing there. But yes, we do see 2 escapes. But with a 2k with 7 stages, I believe. Which is above the 2k6 expected for Clown, I believe. And I can't wait to see if Tarot will be able to pull off something better, or if this is kind of the extent of what we'll see from the Clown sets this game. Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 13 of Grindhouse Scrim Night. We are seeing Tarot versus Porcelain, I believe. Yes, here, and we are seeing Clown on Grim Pantry. Last set was a 2k7 by Porcelain. And now we are seeing Tarot's Clown, played by Autumn. And we are seeing a very, I think almost an exact same build as the one before. As we see Autumn kind of looking around for survivors and finding one, I believe, at Shack, and is going to commit here. yeah, as he plays Shaq and is just going for those bottle throws to try and get that Hindor onto the survivors. And I think we see Contra here holding W more towards mid and main, which I believe would be the opposite of what she wants to do here, but maybe she has a plan for taking this outside of the corrupt 3-gen. As Autumn doesn't really commit to Contra, instead deciding to focus on, I believe that is, focusing on Jake instead, as Jake just takes this edge map and probably takes this as far away from main as possible, maybe indicating that they are walking those top side gens. As we do see a tag onto Jake. We don't see the early down. We don't see an early down quite like we did last match, but there is definitely a lot that Autumn could do to turn this match into a win. Oh, and we see the whiff here. But I still think that this is a down, as I believe that was a medium vault, if I saw that correctly. And we do see the clip down, and we're going to see if a gen or 2, or even 3 pops for this. But we don't see any gens popping yet, and we do see a stack of pain res being used here as Autumn kind of throws some bottles and stuff to try and push these survivors off these gens. And we see him committing for the chase against Alucard here, as Alucard takes it towards the edge map near main, and is probably just trying to run away as far away from that gen as possible so they can go ahead and pop that. And we see the second down of this game, still at 5 gens, Autumn seems to be doing a lot better at this stage of the game. However, there are still a lot of stages left in this game, and a lot of things that could go good or could go wrong, as we do see that gen pop. And that's not even the gen we thought was going to pop, especially with him pushing Alucard off that gen previously. Yeah, and we see Smokey actually walking on that gen, but not quite being able to pop it in time before Autumn is able to push her off of it, even if temporarily. So yeah, we see Autumn here is just really trying to protect that gen and that hook, trying to keep both of them from being completed. And we see crowd control, I believe, cleansed here, as we see Autumn just hardcore camping Alucard here. Autumn knows that she currently has kind of the push here, as another gen pops here, and Contra gives the hit, but that next gen pops, and we see the save on Alucard. This is a lot of tempo lost from Porcelain here. But we do see the attempted body block, and we do see that it fails, and we see the tag with the base kit BT still. And we see that Autumn instead drops chase on Alucard to tag Smokey here. And everyone seems to be at main. This seems to be the place to be right now, as I believe that's 3 survivors that are currently here. And we see a down under Contra. I believe that is a hook, as I believe Smokey is still here. Yes. Could this not be another down and 2 downs in very close proximity to each other? And I think it is, as I think Autumn is going to go and try and look for that third person, maybe, instead choosing to kick the gen. But I think they're looking. No, they decide to pick, and I think this is going to be 2 stages, both of them fresh hooks, if I'm not mistaken. But we see a loud noise notification. And we see Alucard trying to go for the pickup, but getting caught in the rotation. Ooh, and we do see a save on. We do see a save onto Contra, though. However, that means they both aren't walking gens, especially with 2 survivors down or on hook. This is a really rough position for Porcelain, and we see it for the people play, picking up Jake. However, this is still a really good position for Autumn, with fresh hooks and I believe 3 out of 4 of the survivors, and still having 3 gens left. This is definitely a winnable position for Autumn, but there's always a chance that something can go wrong, especially in these games with lower tier killers. It could... Ooh, but we see the bottle throw onto Alucard and then the quick down. Especially on an unsafe pallet like this one, it's... Yeah, it can be rough when you're playing against Clown at these smaller loops, especially with the plucks available at this time. And I believe we are going to just see Autumn here trying to patrol these gens and try to catch survivors in a bad position and try and get those downs. But we do see that there is a reset happening, especially with Contra being healed there. And we see a Vault, and I think we maybe caught this reset, maybe. As Smokey takes this straight to Shaq. And the medium Vault sells Smokey out, as I believe this is going to be second stage onto Smokey here, if I recall correctly. But there's also maybe Death Hook. I cannot remember at this time and point. Yep, second hook, as we see the unhook happen onto... The unhook happen, and we're just going to see Autumn here trying to patrol more gens and try and keep that pressure coming. I think that this is, like I said, good position. And I think Autumn's keeping this pressure up beautifully here, making sure that the survivors don't really have time to commit to anything, while also keeping those hooks somewhat defended. And especially with how brutal Autumn has been with catching these survivors out of proper rotations, I think this is definitely rough, as we see the medium Vault with the bottle hit too, leaving Jake out and exposed, and we see the hook, and I think this is Second's hook and 2 hooks in pretty close proximity. These are fairly easy to camp, and I think Autumn is going to take this chance to camp Smokey to death, which is going to be 1 man down at 3 gens. However, I do think they have met WinCon here. Yes, and that is WinCon. But we are still going to see how the rest of this game plays out, as Autumn hits a tree. The whiffs, like I said, whiffs happen. But Autumn does manage to get that down onto hit tag right here onto Ada, I believe, as we see Autumn committing to this chase here, which we are at the point in this game where really these chases kind of don't matter us, since they have managed to secure WinCon here, I believe. And all the survivors are injured with 2 gens left. It's a very comfortable situation for Autumn, especially for a killer such as Clown, where, like we saw last game, it can be rough. But I do think this is the death hook under Jake, securing the second kill of this game at 1 gen. We're not going to see much Noid. I don't think we'll see much Noid value this game, but who knows? They may be able to play. The 2 remaining survivors may be able to play this right and be able to get those 2 escapes this game. As we just kind of see Autumn using those haste bottles to quickly patrol this loose 3 gen they have. Yeah, and we see Alucard here cut out on that gen, but Autumn does not seem to be committing them, instead deciding to focus on these other 2 gens after seeing that Alucard was sufficiently enough pushed off. I think Autumn is now trying to commit for Alucard here, as Alucard does manage to get a good chunk of distance from Clown, but with a well-timed bottle throw, we could maybe see that distance. No, we see Autumn push them off that gen and then just go back to protecting that 3 gen the best they can, at least, as we don't currently know the location of Contra, but I do believe that they are probably rotate in between those 2 gens on the opposite side of the map, as I believe that is Alucard. Yeah, it is Alucard. And I think they are just taking halfsies on this map. But Alucard is taking it directly to corner. You love to see corner in these sorts of matches. And we see the slug onto Alucard, as Autumn tries to go for the 4K here, 4K1. Yes, and we see a 4KO, I believe this will be. As, yep, Autumn does manage to get down onto Ada here. So unless they manage to wiggle free, which is highly unlikely, I think we have seen a 4KO here, which is way above what is expected when Con for Clown is. But Autumn has played this excellently, and I think this has secured them definitely the win for this first set as we move on to the next set, which I believe is Twins. So I hope that you'll stick around for that as we go into intermission for a bit while we get the next match set up. Hello everyone, welcome back to set 2 of Porcelain vs. Taylor. Here we have Autumn here playing Twins, as an experienced Twins main. Sorry, a bit late for me. Autumn here is an experienced Twins main, and we are really excited to see how this goes, as we already see a much earlier find than in the first match, as we see Smokey, who is, I believe, playing Alan Wake here, getting caught by Vector, showing off that twin skill already, as Alan runs around with Vector, doing a little bit of babysitting for Charlotte while she goes hunting survivors, as I believe we find Jake here, and Vector being crushed. Victor, not Vector. I got some memes on the mind. But oh, we see the nice swing from Autumn there. And we see Vector coming out again to try and get this down onto Jake. And I think... And it is a down onto Jake here fairly early, as Autumn decides to take Victor elsewhere and try to see if she can't find anyone else caught out in the open like this. And we do find Adam here, and we see the pounce onto Adam here as Autumn goes to get that pickup onto Jake and probably get some of those painter attacks off and going, or instead going for the basement hook, which could be really big, huge this early on in the game. This could be an extra stage or even a death if Autumn plays this correctly, or if she... But either way, this is going to take a lot of effort from the survivors to get Jake out of basement, if that is their plan. As we see Victor returning to Charlotte here. And we see Victor coming out again to try and find another survivor to get rid of. And we're seeing a lot of fast-paced gameplay here from Autumn. As we find Alan Wake, and we do see Vector getting crushed, is what that animation was. I've never seen it before. But, yeah, that we do see that Alan Wake being able to get rid of Victor there after that odd glitch. I don't believe it was a glitch, but odd thing with that pallet there. And we also... It was interesting to see that happen. I don't necessarily know what's going on, but it seems pretty interesting, and probably some pretty good Twins tech I don't really know about. As we see somebody else try to rotate in for the save, as we see the second stage onto Jake here. As Autumn is here just kind of trying to keep tabs on this Alan Wake here, while also preventing that save from happening in Shack. We are still currently at 5 gens here in Suffolk Pit, which is really well known for either a tight 3-gen at the top side or bot side. And I do believe it is top side this game. As we catch Alan doing the gen, and we see that down. And I don't believe we find anyone going for the save right now. As we do see the first gen topside pop, I do have to wonder if they are going to be able to break this 4-gen topside and manage to pull out of this with a favorable outcome. As we see another gen pop too. They're popping them left and right as Autumn predicts somebody going for the pickup, and and Victor gets kicked back to Charlotte here as we see the death onto Jake here at 3 gens, with Charlotte going back towards this top side, probably trying to go for these downs and stuff onto Alan again, and taking him bot side, probably hoping to get another Shack. Probably hoping to get another survivor in Shack, or maybe even Pain Res. As Autumn uses Victor's speed to just kind of survey a good chunk of these gens, probably using audio cues to see if these gens are being walked on. As we do seem to catch Adam. Yeah, and we get Victor on top of Alan there as Adam. I'm getting my L's and my D's confused. But yeah, we are seeing awesome pressure here by Autumn onto team. Let me check my notes real quick. And we are seeing awesome pressure here from Killer here, Autumn, onto Porcelain. Yeah. My notes were wrong, but yeah. And you're just seeing the chase onto Contra here. But we do not see the commit here as Autumn just uses Victor to search around the map and try to continue putting that pressure on, as we do find Adam as he hops into a lockup, probably to try and prevent that down onto him by Victor. Oh, and we see the excellent play by Autumn. They are baiting the Victor kick, only for her to switch back just in the nick of time to get Adam. And now they're going for the 3-man slug here as they try to catch Contra here out of rotation. As we see the pickup on to Alan here. And the lock-up tech from Alan 2 here, which is going to force that either Autumn to put that drop. Yeah, Autumn takes the drop here, trying to get that 3-man slug. Knowing that Contra's going up there to try and pick Adam up. Will Autumn be able to make it in time to secure that down? To secure that pickup onto Adam, and it does look like they are able to. Oh, and they both pull lock off. As we see Autumn sort of just trying to play almost like a game of green light, red light with the 2 survivors here. It's definitely an interesting way to see these games being played. As Victor sticks to the locker, preventing Adam from leaving for a period of time. As we see the locker pull onto Adam here. Contra's probably rotating back towards Alan now, and Smokey to try and get that pickup, and they do manage to get that pickup. And now the question is, can they somehow manage to squeak a Jin out of this and try to score a 4K2 scenario? As we see the down onto Alan right by the hook, I don't know if we're gonna see another Gen pop or even an escape through hatch this game, as we do see Contra is found, I believe. Yeah, is found here. So Autumn deciding not to commit here, instead trying to make sure she doesn't potentially waste a bleed out. As we see a hook. And we do see the unhook onto Adam here too, as she secures that fresh hook. And we see them sitting in a locker. Ooh, as we see the same stuff pulled as before, as Adam goes down. And that is it, people. That is it, down onto Adam and Contra there, and I think that is going to be the situation that Autumn needed here to secure a 4K3 here, which is not an impossible win con to get to defeat, or a tie con of 4K3 and a win con of 4K2 here. And while it's not impossible, it is a bit difficult. So I believe it's going to be up to, I believe, Porcelain here to try and secure that win con. As we just see Victor hopping around and seeing some cool little flies through windows. Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 13 of Grindhouse Scrim Nights. We are here with, I believe, yes, Flawless here, playing Twins for the second set, with the win con being 4K2 and the tie con being a 4K3, if I remember correctly. So Flawless does have their work cut out for them, but we'll definitely see if they manage to secure it. Yeah, we already catch somebody out pretty early, having already had some progress on that main gen, and we do catch Sable here, almost just as early as I believe Alan or Adam was caught last game. As we see a loud noise notification over there, and big swing by Twins player here. And we're gonna... Okay. And we are seeing a lot of notifications go off here as this onto Autumn happens, as Autumn doesn't even bother trying to get rid of Victor here, as Flawless drops that chase here, and we see a bit of Ruin coming into play here, as another Victor tag comes in. And we're seeing some really good early pressure by both sides here, that with that Gen at 11 already being done quite a bit. If I had to guess, they are trying to just break that 3-gen top side, while survivors can safely kind of walk bot side as these chases happen. We do see the chase happen onto Abby here as the Gen 11 pops here, and we see Abby taking this to main building, which is the best thing you can do as survivor here. As we see Tycon is already met. These gens are popping like flies as Flawless tries to secure his force down here. And something neat I'm just now learning is that when playing as Victor, you cannot see your pork list. As we see a pretty standard build with force, with corrupt, ruin, and pain resonance. As we see the first hook of the game come in fairly late near mid game, but we also see that it is a pain res hook too. As Flawless sets down Victor to try and get some more gen pressure and try to keep this a tie con instead of a tie instead of a win. Are we gonna see some more green light, red light from Flawless? And no, we don't, as Victor gets kicked here. And Flawless does just kind of patrol these gens and try to make sure no other gens pop, which is a very difficult task with the gen spread right now. But it is not an impossible one, as we catch 2 people, I believe, on gens, with, I believe, Sprint Burst on the Claudette. Not Claudette. I can't quite see who that is, but whoever they are the Sprint Burst player, I believe, as they were moving away from that gen very fast towards Shaq. As we do kind of still see Killer Instinct here, as Flawless decides to commit to the chase as the Charlotte, and we do see Victor is brought back to Charlotte here, as Flawless just leaves that chase at Shaq in order to continue patrolling these gens. As we're seeing a lot of gen progress here on that sort of middle-ish gen, I believe 3. And we're seeing Autumn being chased off of it by Victor. And the Victor tag, too. But the question is, does Flawless commit this, or do they go back and just kind of keep an eye on gens? They don't kick that gen right there, instead choosing to kind of guard these gens a bit further out. As we do manage to catch, I believe, Abby. Yes, Abby here at main. But I think Flawless heals that Sable and is trying to go for that down onto Sable here. Just trying to play this slow and steady as much as they can. Especially with Tycon already being met, they have to defend. And that is WinCon here. So now we are just seeing how well Flawless can, I guess, play, instead of seeing how well they can defend a WinCon. As we do see a down onto Sable here, and a kick! As Flawless goes for the pickup here. And we see 1 gen left with only 1 hook stage. This is a very rough game for Flawless here, but a very good team game here for Tarot, I believe. As we are currently only 2 fresh hooks into this game here. And games like this do happen sometimes. It does suck to see. You do hate to see them, but they are part of the game here. As we see a local pull from Flawless here onto Cheese. And maybe even a pain res before that last gen pops. But here they really do not have anything to defend here with 2 gens top side and 1 bot side. There is not much they can do here to defend these gens, except for maybe putting Victor on one side and Charlotte on another side of the map. But even then, it is difficult. And it was Abby with the sprint burst earlier, as we see Flawless just kind of trying to defend as much as he can, but he does not manage to defend it well enough, as the tag onto Cheese happens. And we see him committing to this chase onto Abby, I believe. Pretty standard chase here. I think they are taking this bot side so that those top 2 gens can be walked by probably Sable, who is healthy at this point. But they take the tag, using that extra speed bonus from being hit to just take it for the bot side. But Flawless does not commit, instead deciding to kind of take it more towards that 7 corner, I believe. And being able to catch Zarina pretty Cheese out of anything safe. As they place Victor there by that gen to try and, I can only assume, try and get a slug going. Which would give Flawless that pressure he needs to turn this into a 4K1 or a 4KO. As I think we're actually going to see the pick on the cheese here. Just trying to secure as many stages as possible this late in the game, I suppose. Or maybe even trying to get a proc of pain res off. We do actually see a pain res proc there. Assuming just choosing the better positioning of heal gen with this gen here at, I believe, around 8. And we see the last gen pop! And do we see... And I think that was an adrenaline play there by Cheese as well. As we know that that gen isn't being as walked on as the other one due to Victor. As we see the unhook on the Cheese and Flawless going, kind of having to decide whether to go for that tunnel out or to just kind of defend this gen. And I think this is a really rough position for Flawless here, as they get stunned and have to more or less try and chase this Sable to try and secure another hook stage. Few hook stages. And with main building right there, and then 2 exit gates on either side, this is a very, very easy... oh, but they do manage to get down onto Autumn! With the survivors not being able to take body blocks in time. They may choose to secure the 3-man out instead of trying to go for that rescue onto Autumn. But they don't have enough time to get that exit gate open. As I do believe we may actually see a pickup onto Autumn. No, we saw the attempted pickup, but it did not succeed, as we now see ourselves in a chase with Cheese. Could they potentially even turn this? Could they turn this into a 2K or a 3K at this rate, depending on how they play this? And we do see exit gates open, which does put a bit of pressure on the Storms to try and get these people out. But we do see the pickup onto Autumn here. And the hook. We could potentially see a double save here from Cheese. Potentially seeing the 4-man out. But we do see Cheese get tagged, and we do see the pull on right there. And I do think that this is going to be a 4-man out. I do think this is going to be a 0K5. As we see an interesting situation at exit gate. And then we probably are going to... Yep, and then we see Autumn. I believe either get Hatch or get the other exit gate. And that is, I believe, the win for Terret.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another Grindhouse Scrims matchup. This time we have Noir going against Sympathy, with Noir playing Pyramid Head first in Wrecker's Yard, and Sympathy of course playing Survivor. This is match 1 of set number 1. I am Robot and will be casting this match here tonight. Hope everyone's is having a good time. We already have 2 matches, which were awesome, so I'm sure that this one will be the same or better. So we have Morbid here playing Pyramid Head. And actually we haven't even started a chase here. No chase music. There we go. Thank you, DVD. And we have Mars, I believe, playing Sable. Oh, Morbid gets a hit here before Sable reaches the pallet. Now we put some goop on the ground, hoping that Sable will run on it and get tormented. That's the case. And Morbid chooses to go with the M2. And now, I'm not sure why Mars... Well, I guess maybe they were trying to set up for a pallet save, but this is, of course, Pyramid Head. So once you get gooped, Morbid can just do what he just did. So hopefully they were not playing for that, because that would be a little bit of a waste of time, unfortunately, for them. But here we have Morbid playing with double range, actually. So two very common items, as we see Morbid getting an M1 onto Meg, and the chase is gonna continue. Similar location to where, oh wow, to where Sable died, and Morbid's able to get the M2 and the pallet and the down. So unfortunate here, 2 downs very fast actually, and Morbid might even have enough distance or enough time here, speed with agitation to make it to basement. So looking good here for Morbid. 2 downs already, 2 hooks, 1 in basement, no gens completed, and we have some gen regression with Pop, and of course that lovely endgame perk Noed. So Morbid is set, I think. I mean, with the amount of pressure that he's being able to put on to Sympathy here. This might be a good match for Morbid. We do hear a couple of generators with some progress, but no survivors around. At least not that we can see. So they're the stealthing or trying to trick Morbid into thinking that they're not even working on these gens. But when we hear one over on the top side of the map, so that is 1 generator completed and no survivors around. So I think that Meg is going to go into second stage here, unfortunately, and that is going to put even more pressure on Sympathy. So Morbid is just gonna camp here. Now we did hear that other generator completed, so that's 2 now. Wow, that's 3. That really turns things around. Honestly, the Sympathy doing a good job of not letting themselves be seen. Oh wow, that's a good M2 here by Morbid. And now they're on 3 generators completed, so they decided no, we're not gonna go for that on hook before we get a little bit of pressure here. This is gonna be tough here for Ace. He's gonna have to start the on hook and then yeah, that's unfortunate. That was about the only thing that Tippy could have done. So I'm sorry, CEO could have done. So okay, now Bucket Man is gonna have to go mend. So Morbid getting an M2 over the Shack pallet, and Ace is going on to the hook. So it's just a trade, which is good actually, because I assume that there we go. That another generator completed. That is a lot of pressure here. So Morbid started the match really well, but the survivors of Sympathy have been able to recover, and with 1 generator left to go, we have Sable taking. I assume that Sable is just gonna run as far as they can away from this generator that has some progress on it. Ooh, unfortunately, not a lot of distance with that hit. So, oh wow, but Sable able to trick Morbid into using the M2. Maybe Morbid thought that Sable was trapped there. That M2 is going to hit. Wow, good snipe here. So this is Mars, and I think Mars has only been hooked once, if I remember correctly. Let me check my cheat sheet here. That's right. So this is gonna be the second hook right here. And Pop onto this generator. Not really a great 3 gen left. I mean, there's worse, of course, but Morbid not able to see the generator in Shack may be an issue, but Morbid coming over to this area to dry kick the generator, get some of that progress down. 5% plus whatever else is going to regress now. Same thing done to this generator. Not worried about CEO being here. CEO able to, well, no, not able to stop the regression on this generator. And are we gonna get an on hook here? Are they not sneaking? I'm gonna assume that one of the survivors is sneaking around, try to get the on hook. Morbid missing the M1 here, and we do see some scratch marks. And I think that was Meg that we saw earlier, but no, it's actually Sim. So Sim, Adam over here with the on hook, and they're gonna eat an M1. And I think Morbid is gonna go for Sable and get the tunnel out here. Sable, I think, is gonna go down here, unfortunately. And now Morbid was not able to torment them, so they're gonna have to hook But that's an advantage, right? Because then they get pop goes the weasel, and most likely they're gonna go kick this generator in shack. So, which has a decent progress. You know, at least two pistons moving. So a lot of value here for Morbid. Now Morbid is just gonna patrol these generators. Not a lot of progress here by Funbus. We do see some scratch marks, however. And we get some prompts that someone has jumped over the window. So Morbid is going to commit, especially because Morbid sees the pools of blood here, and also the torment onto Adam. So Adam is blocked. I think that's what Morbid tried to do with Sable earlier. We're gonna get we're gonna send Adam to the cage, but unfortunately for Morbid, not able to come back to Shack and prevent this generator from being completed. But it's a lot of good, decent amount of stages, 7 so far with all fresh. So looking good here for Morbid. And guess what? We have Noed. And Meg is gonna go down here. Meg must have thought, man, Morbid is moving fast over here. So Morbid with the down. And Morbid is not going to stop there, because with Noed, you gotta get as much value as you can, because you don't know how fast. Oh, were they trying to use? Maybe balance. I didn't proc, I believe. I don't know. We'll have to check later to see if Adam had balance there. And CEO seems to have already gotten this door opened. And yeah, I think CEO is just gonna probably take the out. That is 2 stages at least. Really no. CEO deciding to come back. Maybe they're gonna try to get Meg here. That is gonna be tough though, because Meg is still in this area. And they're getting picked up. So Meg is dead. And I don't think Morbid will have enough time to go back and get Ace. But, Morbid deciding to... Sometimes, it can go either way. It can go either way. If you decide to go and be greedy and slug, maybe someone will get picked up. So Morbid just decided, you know what? I'm just going to secure the kill. I'm gonna secure the stages, and Adam, we see Adam had balance there, so unfortunately for Adam, not able to proc it jumping down the stairs in basement. But that is going to be 9 stages for fresh for Noir, and we'll just take a little break here, and then we'll be back with Sympathy playing Killer. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Grindhouse Scrims matchup between Noir and Sympathy. We have Sympathy now playing Killer, and this is match 2 of set number 1. I am Brobot and will be your caster for the remainder of this DVD comp evening. And so, just so you know, and with catch you up with things, as we see Phantom here finding Claudette and getting an M1 really fast. So Adam here playing Claudette is in a little bit of trouble here. Oh wow, but we do get a head-on play, and that is going to buy some time here for Adam to gain some distance, which is great. So very well played there by the survivors of Noir. So fortunately, Phantom is able to find Claudette again. Phantom is not going to use their Rights of Judgment just yet. He's gonna run down here this pallet and car loop. But unfortunately for Phantom, that is going to miss. So Claudette now is tormented. So if they go down here, which is going to be the case, they're just gonna be caged, I assume. We do see Felix here trying to go for a potential save, but that's the one advantage of playing Pyramid Head with tormented survivors. They can just cage him, and there's nothing anybody can do. So Phantom here continuing the chase, continuing the pressure onto survivors, gonna kick this generator. Also pop goes the weasel, and we see an exact same build? Oh, no. The only difference between Morbitz, who was the killer for Noir, and Phantom, playing now for Sympathy, is that Phantom brought Painrest as their 4th perk, and Morbid brought Agitation. So we'll see how much what the differences between the two and how much value they get. And Phantom's gonna continue the M1 here onto Renato, being played by Drew here, and that is going to allow for Noir to get the unhook for free, pretty much. So surprised that Phantom decided to let that go that easily. And now Phantom's going to continue the chase onto Claudette. Claudette was able to, waste some of Phantom's time before with the help of Felix with the head-on play. We'll see how Claudette does this time. Doing a good job so far, and Phantom hasn't really used their power as much. Oh, and they missed that M2. Now, I would say might not be surprising since this was not Sympathy's pick for killer, since Noir played first. Oh, unfortunately, Felix is not able to get away there. I assume they were going to set up for another head-on play, but unable to do so. So, Phantom, surprisingly again, is going to change chase here, and is going to let go, of Adam. Maybe Phantom just thinking that it's best to get the fresh hooks out of the way instead of getting someone tunneled out, but that might allow Adam to be healed, and they put out a little, maybe some pressure onto Phantom here, but we'll see. So this is the second hook stage for Phantom. So 2 hook stages, 2 fresh so far. The win condition, I don't think I had enough time to actually tell you that, but it's actually 10 hook stages. That is the win condition, all 4 fresh. So Noir was able to get Morbid, was able to get 9 hook stages, all fresh. So if Phantom wants to at least tie, they don't have to get 9. If they want to win, they need to get 10. And Renato here again, taking the window on Dump Truck. Phantom deciding to continue the chase here, not using their M1. Yeah, now they're using it. And going all the way around. I don't know if they're going to decide to go for the M1. Oof, I'm sorry, for the M2. They were able to zone Renato here, but not able to capitalize on the actual zoning. So we do get an M1, so a little bit of a reward here for Phantom, but that is going to give Drew a lot of distance with that hit. So, and Drew is doing a great job keeping Phantom in the top side of the map where a generator has been completed, and Phantom deciding to leave again and trying to put some pressure on these generators here on the bottom, but it's gonna be tough. For some reason now the RNG here for Records Yard seems like the generators are so far away from each other. So kudos to Noir here for spreading the generators, because 3 generators have already been completed, so 2 left, and the spread is looking favorable for Noir. So Phantom having to follow the chase all the way up here again. So Felix is the survivor that Phantom has decided to chase all the way and see that they go onto a hook. So, but now we see Adam has come back to full health. Phantom is trying to take the hook back as much as he can. That's where agitation came into play for Morbid before. So, but I guess not necessary. So one not necessary for Phantom, and we do see still 3 tokens of Painless left. So that is going to, we'll see if Phantom is able to get it all the full value out of Painless. We do see pop value here, so that's good. I don't know what the progress is on the other generators though, so I'll have to see. Now Phantom also again coming back to the unhook, however not able to get a health state back for the effort of unhooking, but we do get an M2. So Claudette now is going to take the chase back to the top side of the map, and they still have resources here. I'm surprised, because this rock here, it never shows up when I'm playing with a pallet, so kind of in the middle of the top side of the map. So that's good RNG for Noir. So Claudette doing a good job here. Oh, wow. That was a good snipe here by Phantom. So that is... Oh, no. I thought that it was going to be the chopping block for Claudette, but nope. And unfortunately for Phantom, not able to use Pain Risk. You know, only one token used. But guess what? We do have Noed. It is going to be a tall order here for Phantom to get all the hook stages that he needs to even tie. And you know that's not gonna be it here. Felix is going to take the M1 here, but it doesn't matter. We have stages out, so I believe Ace was fresh. So yeah, and Renato is probably just on the other gate. Yeah, Felix is gonna die. Was that? I assume that is second win on Adam, which doesn't really matter, you know, with Noed. But Adam taking the window here. I guess now they're just gonna play for, you know, a little bit of show here. I assume Renato is going out the door. Yeah, Adam now is completely back to full health. Of course, Noed is still up, so it doesn't really matter if Phantom gets an M1 onto Adam. But you know. Actually, Claudette, Adam... Oh, no, that's Renato now. Oh, both of them are here. Interesting. So, I guess Phantom is just trying to get the fresh hook, you know, from Renato. Could we even see all the stages that we need here? I'll have to do some math, and I'm not very good at that, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But... Oh, Phantom getting... No, because we got one fresh, right? Yeah, one fresh out, so... Yeah, it doesn't really matter now, I guess. Well... If we get 10 hook stages, though, it's gonna be tricky. So Phantom is doing a good job here zoning Renato and not able to... Oh, wait, I think they lost him. Wow, that was, yeah, so this is the gate that is open, is it not? I don't remember now. So many things. Okay, so they go down, and he can just cage both of them. Now... 3 stages, do the math, 12 minus 3, carry the 1. Okay, that's the chop onto Phantom, onto Adam. And the cage onto Renato. So, yeah, so that is, how many stages is that? So we save 3. So yeah, 9 stages, unfortunately, with only 3 fresh, so. Yeah, it was close though at the end. So, well, I guess they probably just knew, hey, we got this in the bag. But yeah, good, well played by both. Sorry, my P brain was not computing there, but yeah, the win goes to Noir, so they win the first set. So we're going to prepare for set number 2, which is going to be Plague. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Grindhouse Scrims night with the last matchup of tonight between Noir and Sympathy. I am Robot casting for Grindhouse DVD tonight. So we have the first match of set number 2 with Plague, and Sympathy is playing right now, so it's their pick in Suffocation Pit 1. So being their pick, I assume they're gonna feel confident here. So Phantom, I've actually played against Phantom in this map in Scrims one time, and it was actually a lot of fun, and it was actually tough. So Phantom keeping the Plague killing alive and starting the first chase here onto Felix. So Felix is going to drop this pallet, which is a good choice, you know, given time to delay the getting vomited on. So that's good. Oh, greeting this pallet here. So Phantom respected that. So this is a tough loop, to be honest with you. We get the dump tech here with the light. So, but I'm not sure how much that is going to buy here. How much time that's gonna buy Felix here. And they are going to get completely infected here, and soon they're gonna go down. They're wasting a little bit of time here, but this area is dead. There's nothing here. So Felix going down now. Wait, has he realized? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, now he's. I got confused here. I thought that that Felix was completely broken, but it was actually Ace. So Phantom is going to use Agitation to bring Felix to the middle of the map. No generators have been completed. And that is a Pain Res token used. So that is great news here for Phantom. This is a good spot here. That generator had a lot of progress, and now it's going to just sit there, at least for now. I assume that Phantom's going to come over and dry kick it at some point, but for now, trying to avoid the survivors to come by and get the unhook for free. Now, Renato is the only one that has not been broken, so I assume that at some point Renato will come by and try to get the unhook. Yeah, especially now that Adam is also broken. So Drew is the only one that could come over, unless they sneak around and then, somehow they get the unhook. But that is going to be risky. So Phantom in a great spot here. And oh, I didn't realize they also have Ruin. So that is great, and the Pool of Devotion here. So one thing that I forgot to mention is that Phantom brought Blessed Apple, which is going to give him one additional Pool of Devotion with corrupt Purge to be able to use. So that actually is great here for Phantom. So Phantom might even sit the whole thing, through. That seems to be, at least for now, Phantom is planning to just sit here and wait to see if anybody else comes to try to get the unhook. And it's going to be tough because if they want to come over, they're going to have to cleanse. And I don't think they want to do that. If there's one thing that you don't want to do is give Plague her power. So that is going to be tricky here. Felix might just be actually dead here because the Corrupt Purge is still up. Now, we do see another generator completed, 2 generators completed. So that is good news for Noir. But Phantom not looking too bad. So yeah, Felix is, I think, yeah. So Phantom is going to sit here. I was going to say they still have a 3-gen, but no, that's not the case. And Ruin is gone now. They still have 3 tokens of Pain Res. Wow. I want to say the survivors of Noir were so efficient. Wow. That was a lot of gen progress for the 3 stages from Felix. And look at the gen spread. Wow. So, yeah, very efficient here from Noir. So, we do see that Drew is not infected. So, Drew is completely healthy. And I think right now there's no more perks for Phantom to use. They also had crowd control. I didn't even notice that. But they are going to use... So, Phantom is going to use his other Pool of Devotion here. So now he is more of a threat. I assume, though, however, that the survivors are probably just going to try to hide. This is kind of like Oni with his power. Well, actually, I mean, not completely hiding, actually. We do see some scratch marks here. But they left with enough time for this to not be a threat. So Phantom is either going to have to commit to one of these or gonna have to go back. We do see some blood here, so Adam is the person that is going to be chased, and ooh, they're gonna go down that window, man. Yeah, it's tricky. You gotta break line of sight, but you also can't just run back into Phantom. So tough choice there. That was, however, another Pain Res hook, and this generator here, if you noticed, had some spikes there. So that means that this generator here has had at least 4 regression events. So I think that's the correct number. I think 4 is the correct number. So that means that, there's not a lot of progress, I guess, on some of the other generators here. Oh, and Phantom was not able to connect there with the last little bit of Corrupt Purge, so now it's just the green Purge, and it's just not going to be as effective, of course. And Renato just deciding to leave this loop completely and go to main, which is good. Main is very strong in this map. So I assume that Ace is just, repairing that generator here by Shaq and getting as much progress as he can before Adam hits stage 2. And Phantom suspects the same thing. And yep, we hear those pistons going. Oh my gosh, but he goes down. So, at this point, you know, I guess there's a lot of ways that this could have played, right? Because there was quite a bit of spread, right, between the generators. So Ace could have played this a little bit more stealthy, waste a little bit more time, and potentially maybe I don't know. But yeah, so Phantom we'll play by Phantom because just going for that kill early on, and now getting the hook onto Ace as well. So that is going to be 3 fresh if I remember correctly, because I don't think um, Renato went on the hook. So yeah, that is 5 stages. Well, we're gonna count those now that Ace is dying, so that is 7. And yeah, so 7 stages, 3 fresh. And we're gonna take a break here, and we'll come back with match number 2 in just a few minutes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Grindhouse Scrims Night matchup between Noir and Sympathy. And we have Noir here playing Killer now. And unfortunately, they selected the wrong map before loading in, so they've received a half a hook stage penalty, which means the win condition for Noir is now 7 stages instead of 8. Since Sympathy's Killer Phantom was able to get 7 stages, 3 fresh, but with the penalty, if Noir gets 7, it's actually 6.5, right? Because we have to take into account the penalty. So, that is a little bit of housekeeping here. But let's continue with the match here. So we get rid of fairly strong palette early on here for Conozco a Dios. That's gonna be fun to say. So we have 2 survivors already, infected but not broken. So Conozco a Dios is gonna have to get 2 hits onto the survivors. Now, of course, they have a double apple, which means that they have an additional 2 corrupt purge pulse of devotion. So if they're able to put those to good use, then those hooks, those health stages might just go down. Oh wow, they just hesitated a little bit too much there and not able to get the hit onto Lara. But now interesting. So not deciding to at least attempt the corrupt hit. Okay, so now we do it. Okay, good. So not wanting to respecting the palette, because if you remember, oh wow, and Lara moves away from the tile. Interesting. So Lara going down here. So that was Bucket Man. Got onto the hook. We do hear 1 generator completed. And is that Cruel Limits that I see in Conozco a Dios's build? I believe that is. And that is interesting. And we do get another generator completed here. So 2 already for the price of 1 hook stage. And Conozco a Dios here going for Ace. So CEO here, pre-dropping the pallet, just running into mid and trying to gain as much distance as they can. So Conozco a Dios is just playing this area here as an M1 killer, unfortunately, because not the now corrupt purge in the vicinity. And he's gonna get the M1 though. Wow, that was a good hit here, to be honest with you. Fortunately, CEO not able to get that passable fast enough. And we are taking our survivor here onto a hook that has a generator that has a decent progress. So Ruin now is going to regress this generator at least a little bit. The totem that was cleansed was crowd control. So other than Ruin, no more regression here for Conozco a Dios. So now Lara here again, saving their sprint burst, using that, and now going to the middle portion of the map. And this pallet has been kicked already. So Conozco a Dios not able to. Oh wow! So Lara able to make a move here and leave the tile completely. And Conozco a Dios not able to zone them there. And there was a relatively weak tile now that of course there's a good window there, but no more pallet. So fortunate there, but Konosuke Dios is going to continue the chase here onto Phantom. Phantom playing this very well. Just playing this palette. Some of the mind games here. Nah, yeah, once you drop this palette, it's a 50-50. So, wait, what was that? What happened? Oh, he was not broken. Okay, what happened there? I thought that maybe Conozco a Dios had gotten validated or something, but yeah, Cerber validated. But no, so Adam is now going down because he was not broken before. So going down, no pain rest, of course, so no more regression now that Ruin has been cleansed. We do get another Corrupt Purge here. I assume that now Conozco Dios is going to get it. Yep. And let's see, the gen spread is decent, so I believe that those little nods there that Conozco was kind of, oh wow, never mind. So the 3 gen is broken, so 2 gens here on the bottom part, I believe, so in 1 at the top, so that's going to be tough here, but there's not a lot of hook stages still to go, and that chem trap is going to cost Ace his life, because in his effort to drop that chem trap on the pallet, just showed his body for Konosuke to hit him with the Corrupt Purge. So that is a tough hook stage there for CEO, because he was tucked in, safe, next to that box, next to the pallet. I don't think Konosuke had an angle there to hit that Corrupt Purge, but yeah, unfortunate. So now we have 3.5 stages essentially. 4 hook stages, but 3.5 because of the penalty. So it's still not looking so good here for Konosuke. And that is going to be the last generator completed, but 2 survivors here. Unfortunately, no Corrupt Purge in the area, so Konosuke is just going to have to play this as an M1. They do have Noid, however. Now, of course, with everybody pretty much either infected or broken, it's not going to do much. But, a CEO cleansing here at the bottom. But I think it's just worth 1 hook stage, so it's not useful for Konosuke. So Konosuke is now going to go for Lara, who is also just worth... Oh, no, it's actually 2 hook stages, so this could be beneficial, but it's not going to be enough even they go down. So Lara's just going to play main. Corrupt Purchase here. Konosuke's not even going to bother to get it because, that would be too much time, unfortunately. And now Konosuke doesn't even have the benefit of the Noid speed, but able to play Bloodlust. Of course, Lara just completely greeted that palette, so it didn't make much of a difference anyway. But now no perks left for Konosuke, only the Corrupt Purge. And now the survivors can choose just to leave, and it's only 4.5 stages here for Konosuke, so not enough, unfortunately, especially with that penalty. Put him in 5 stages anyway, so that is going to be it. So Sympathy is going to take this set, and we are going to take a little break here, and we're going to come back with the last set, which is going to be Nemesis into Shatter Square. So stick around. We are back in just a few minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this Grindhouse Massacre Scrims night between Noir and Sympathy. This is match 1 of set 3, and we have Noir playing killer first. I am robot casting tonight here, and I must say that Nemesis is not very common in comp. So to be honest, I'm excited to see this. I want to see how Nemi plays in this Shatter Squared map. And a quick tag. Oh wow, and a blind here. Well played there by Bucketman. Now this palette is very valuable, however. I mean, it's very strong is what I mean. And it's dropped right away. But this is comp. No resources are too good for looping, so as long as we get some distance. So Konosuke is playing Nemi here for Noir, getting 1 good hit with against Bucket Man, but of course this is Nemesis, right? So chases are going to take longer, or at least health stages, at least not necessarily chases, to get for Konosuke. So Shack Pal is also gone, and Konosuke getting rid of some of these resources quickly, and Sable doing a good job keeping her distance. So we do get another hit though. So Konosuke 2 out of 2, I believe, with those hits. So since Konosuke was able to hit two different survivors with his tentacle, now he's at tier 2. So that means that now Konosuke can shred through pallets even faster. And gets a little bit more distance, right? With the tentacle, a little bit more range is what I mean. So Konosuke getting rid of this pallet here and predicting where Sable is going to go. So well played by Konosuke. I wonder if Konosuke is going to go for the... Yeah, he's going to have to go there. Yeah, I mean, very well played there by Konosuke, zoning Sable. And Sable unable to react fast enough to avoid the tentacle hit. But, you know, it's all about hook stages. I mean, all about health stages here when we're playing Nemesis. And Adam is around here to try to go for the pallet save. But we do have 2 generators completed. And this is not uncommon, to be honest. Because Nemesis is a difficult killer to play. You know, chases, like I mentioned, or at least hook stages. Oh, wow. Konosuke unable to avoid the hit there. So we'll play by Adam. Being played here by Phantom. So what I was saying is, it's not uncommon to have, you know, gen pressure from the survivors part before even the first hook. So now, yeah, that's not gonna do much, unfortunately, here for... I believe that Ace... I think I got the idea of what Ace wanted to do, but unfortunately Sable ended up on the opposite side of where Ace was. So not able to get the heal there. But, you know, we move on. So now Konosuke is going to get his first hook. And 2 generators left. You know, that's the disadvantage of playing a killer like Nemesis. But, you know, we'll see if Konosuke is able to maybe snowball here a little bit. We'll see if those zombies actually do something for once. And Konosuke able to find 2 survivors. Faking like he's going to go onto the window. He does have Bamboozle, so that could be useful. But, you know, not in this occasion. So Konosuke still has 2 survivors in his sights. Adam is playing hit tank here and allowing Adam to get away. I'm sorry, Ace to get away. But Konosuke did get another hit, so with his tentacle. So that is putting him closer to tier 3, which with tier 3, the range of the tentacle is another meter, I believe. And the recovery from using the tentacle is faster. So that is great news for Konosuke. Does get an M1 here onto Adam. So now he's going to have to commit here. Shack Pallet, as we know, has been broken already. So Konosuke is just going to go over... got over the window here. And Adam doing a good job here. Faking the window vault, which is a classic against these types of range killers. So, good stuff. Oh, that was a good hit here by Konosuke. So that is going to be the second hook stage for Konosuke here. I wonder if he's going to be able to find a painless hook. I don't see any hooks around here. What the heck is this RNG? Well, we do see one here on top. Hopefully he's able to make it, and hopefully it's a pain risk to get value, and it is not a pain risk, unfortunately. So RNG not on Konosuke's side, and with only 2 generators left and no other real gen regression perks, I'm not sure that Konosuke will be able to get a lot of value out of pain risk here before all the gens are completed. And the chase begins here. Oh wow, that was a good hit fake there by Konosuke. Sable tricked into thinking that they were going to take the opposite side and able to zone them away from that LT. So this pallet, I think, has been not been dropped. Okay, so Sable able to avoid that hit. Going to take the window. No, it's going to continue over in this area here, wanting to get that pallet save. I think. Nope, that was just a bluff. So Konosko called that bluff out and is able to get another hook stage onto Sable. So that is 3 stages, and if I remember correctly, that is the second hook onto onto Sable, I think. Yes. So now one generator left. Konosko doing the best he can with lower tier killer, and able to get that hit. Lara too slow here to take the vault, and Konosko now is at tier 3, so now able to use the tentacle faster. Look at that recovery time. Oh, but the survivors are able to complete the last generator, so for sure we're gonna have. Oh wow, good technique here by Konosko. Well played. Getting that down onto Lara with the tentacle only. Yeah, we got 3. You know how it is with Nemesis, so gotta hit them 3 times. Now we do have the the depleted ink add-on, which it's not gonna make a difference now because if you're unfamiliar with what that add-on does, is for one, it increases the movement of the zombies, and the respawn time whenever they're killed by Nemesis or Survivor or whatever. But they also, like, if there's once all the gates are open, or at least when the generators are completed, if Nemesis or whoever kills a zombie, then the zombie respawns at the exit gate. But unfortunately, no value here for Konosko in that regard. So that is going to be 6 stages to refresh. And we're going to move on to the next match, which is going to be another Nemesis, of course. And Noir is going to play Survivor and Sympathy Killer. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this Grindhouse Scrims night matchup between Noir and Sympathy. This is match 2 of set number 3, and we have Sympathy playing Killer now. The win condition for Sympathy's Killer is 7 stages, since Konosko, who played Nemesis for Noir on the first match, was able to get 6 hook stages with 3 fresh. I am robot casting tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes for Sympathy here, because as I was mentioning earlier, as we see Phantom getting hit here by the pallet, unable to get that tentacle hit. Nemesis is honestly a difficult killer to play, and when you have chests and zombies all over the place that don't allow you to continue your chases, that's even worse. So, like, the first hit is yet to come for Phantom, and Renato green this pallet. We love DVD. We love these bugs that allow us to play the game so well. Unfortunately, there for Renato, so that is going to allow Phantom to get the first hit, and a zombie is around here. Zombie doing something for once. Ooh, the double whammy is not happening, but Renato's not able to. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Renato not able to vault this window, and Phantom is going to take advantage of that. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Unfortunately, your luck was not on Renato's side here, Drew. So things that happen, and so zombies here, windows, and vaults. We'll say that it's a tie now. When it comes to RNG, messing with each other. With Killer and Survivor, because Phantom was running into chests and zombies before, so Renato is just not able to get those vaults. So let's just say that it's a tie so far. And Phantom is chasing here Lara. Actually the generator was completed here. So Lara taking the window and following through the door, trying to take the window again, faking, and Phantom raising his tentacle and unable to actually get the hit. So Phantom is going to get a little bit more of the progression on the tiers here by disintegrating the zombie. But it's not much, unfortunately. So Phantom needs to get a hit on a different survivor other than Phantom if possible. But I'm sorry, other than Drew here. But unable to do that, and we do see Claudette here taking, well, not taking a hit, but just causing Phantom to have to, think about how to play this tile here. Oh wow, that was an interesting hit there. But that works in the favor of Phantom because now Phantom is able to get rid of pallets. There's a zombie here as well. 2 zombies. Wow, Phantom is getting the good zombies apparently that don't usually spawn whenever a lot of people play Nemesis. So that's good for Phantom here. Fortunately, Phantom is not able to get that hit onto Renato after all that effort. So, and another generator was completed. So Phantom is having to leave the chase and try to see if he can get another hit or another down quickly. But that's going to be tough. Oh, well, actually, it might happen because Lara here is actually injured. I didn't realize that was the case. Phantom patient here. We saw earlier that some of these fake onto the vaults. Oh wow, good play here by Phantom. So the down goes onto Lara. So are we gonna get a hook stage? I mean a pain risk here. We do. So that's 2 tokens, which for the previous match when Konosuke was playing, I think he was only able to use like 1 token, and we get the head on here and the blind, so wasting a little bit of time of Phantom's time here. I don't know if that was completely necessary, since Lori was hiding already and tries to hide again in this corner, but unable to get away with it. So now Phantom, wow, Phantom is hitting these tentacle hits so well, and is at tier 3 now, which is very favorable. And the down goes on to Lori. Sometimes the pallet takes priority, but this time, even with Lori crouching, that's not happening. So let's see another pain risk here. So yes, so 3 tokens used, 1 left to go. I mean, I'm sorry, one token to go, and 2 people on hook. Wow, so no one came for the unhook here. And no other generators were completed, especially with that pain risk. So clearly Trash here is going to go onto stage 2. Yeah, so no one came for the save. We do see some scratch marks now, but it's a little bit too late now, unfortunately. And they are going to be dead on hook next time they're in the match. I mean, if they get if they get unhooked, then I'm sure that Phantom is gonna try to get him out of the match. So looking good here for Phantom. I don't see any efforts, at least now. Okay, now we get the unhook. So Phantom is gonna commit here to this chase, and we have a zombie here as well, and that's going to work in Phantom's favor with another hit. Wow. So Phantom played this really well. I think Claudette is in a bit of a bind here. Actually, no. No scratch marks at all. Wow. So, well played there by Adam. So that is going to make Phantom come all the way here to continue the chase. Now, there are no more pallets in this area. So, wow. Well played there by Phantom. I didn't expect, honestly, that Claudette was going to keep going. I thought that Claudette was gonna keep the check spot there, but no, that's not the case. So Claudette going down and going to be hooked, and Claudette is actually a fresh hook. So if Phantom is able to get a pain risk hook here, that is going to use all the tokens, and that is the case here. So good value here, for 100% value for Phantom. Using pain risk and agitation, of course. So now the only perk left, of course, agitation is still there, but we do have know it. So that is going to allow Phantom. Oh, missed
head-on play. Unfortunately, I don't think Phantom had even noticed because he saw some scratch marks somewhere else. So Lori going down, unable to get the head-on. So Lori is going to be hooked, and that is the second stage for Lori. And Phantom taking Lori all the way here with agitation, expecting to maybe catch another survivor here, trying to get the gate. But let's see. So we have so far 5 stages. So that is still not enough for Sympathy. So if Lori dies, we're gonna go into. Actually, if Lori dies, that is it because Phantom is getting all fresh. Yeah. So well, is that it though? Because yeah, so Phantom has all 4 fresh. And yeah, I mean that's the win, really. 6 stages, 4 fresh. So yeah, so even more now that Lori died. So Sympathy is going to take this set and is going to take the match, or the matchup, I should say. So well play by both Sympathy and Noir. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining Scrims tonight. Well play by both teams, very entertaining. And we will be back this weekend for some tournament matches. So if you haven't hit that follow button, please go ahead and do so. And let's hang out this weekend. So everybody take care. Thank you for hanging out with us, and for everyone in the background making this, that allow for this to happen. So to make this happen. Thanks, everybody. Take care.